Hello? I asked people in my community, Lilypad Loft, which you could join here at discord.gg/squetch, a couple questions so that you all could learn more about us. You might be asking how? Well, the first step was creating a Google form with 20 questions, handpicked from my brain, and I had to create a set of rules. So I made it completely anonymous. I stated that you cannot vote for yourself on any of the questions, and each person can only submit this form once. Now I distributed the survey to each participant and waited, and you see my little note there. I say one big rule, please do not vote for yourself, and all of the surveys were sent out to each participant at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 6th. You might be wondering, right? This video is probably uploaded like March 20, and it said I sent it out at March 6th. My bad. Anyways, right off the bat, we had a lot of people that wanted to vote for themselves. I just thought that was interesting, so I put a couple message receipts about it. Step 4, final step, I confirmed that the surveys were completed. Message receipts once again of everybody getting back to me after they finished the surveys. Here's a bonus dosage of inconvenience. Somebody accidentally submitted the survey and voted for themselves. You can see these messages. I just did this when I woke up. Oops, Squetch, I'm sorry. They said I'm sorry, but I cropped it out so that the person would be, anonymous. So I was like, frick. What do I do? Because I never made a Google form before, right? But I found a way to delete individual responses, which is really good. I thought that I had to make everybody redo it. Here we have a tier list of how fast the participants completed. So I sent all the surveys out at 5:30 p.m. and Aiko responded at 5:38 p.m. or 8 minutes since I sent it out. So you can see fastest to slowest.
I don't think you have any idea.
I just submitted mine after I saw everybody put theirs in, but everyone responded really fast. I was actually surprised. I thought it would take at least a day, but 2 hours and 27 minutes was the longest it took.
Still fast as fuck, boy.
And now we wait. Before we move on, I just want to show you some cool pictures I took on my new camera. If you like these pictures, I highly recommend you also get a Nintendo 3DS. The camera quality is absolutely amazing. Finally, the results. We got all the results in, and I put them all. I did stuff, man. So let's watch the stuff, man. First question, who is the best at Valorant? 4 votes, 50% of the people voted for Rizzo, makes sense. Runner-up, we have Anthony, 2 votes, 25%. We got 1 for me and 1 for Zyrit. I don't know who voted for me, but whoever did, thanks, I appreciate it. And I'm also surprised that Luna's not there. I really expected Luna to be there. Next question, who would die first in a horror movie? There's Luna. There's 3 votes. 37.5% of the people voted for Luna. 2 voted for me. Are you hecking me, man? What the? And then we got 1 for Aiko, 1 for Scarjo, and 1 for Anthony. Next question. Who do you think is the most heartless? 50%, 4 votes go to Ari. Runner-up is Scarjo, Aiko, Squetch, and then Anthony. Yeah, I don't know why I'm there. Maybe I am... I don't know who did that, but I'll find you. Who has the worst jokes? Anthony! That's not a great look. 3 votes, 37.5% go to Anthony, and then runner-up is Aiko. Kind of surprised. Then we got 1 for me, we got 1 for Ari, and then we got 1 for Zyrit. Next question. Who has the most Riz? So, apparently, I'm there. And Ari get 2 votes each, making up 50% total, 25 apiece. And then we have 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Zyrit, 1 for Rizzo, 1 for Anthony. Pretty big spread. 6 people out of the 8 options on the pie chart. Not bad. Who probably still owes their childhood friend $5? I don't know why 50% of people pointed at Zyrit, but that's a lot of fingers. And then 2 for Aiko, 2 for me. Next question. Who do you think mauled the hardest? 7 votes! Anthony! Not a great look. 7 of the votes! And you can't vote for yourself, which means everybody voted for Anthony, and then Anthony voted for Aiko with 1 vote, which is just 87.5%. Anyways, who is most likely to be late for a gathering? Anthony, Aiko, and Zyrit are pulling up late, 100%. They make up 75% of the pie chart total. 1 for me, 1 for Rizzo. Whatever. Who is the most mature? Rizzo and Luna. I thought that was interesting. They both got 3 votes each, 37.5%, and 1 for me, 1 for Scarjo. Yeah, it makes sense. This one makes sense. Who is most likely to kill someone? That's a lot of people. Ari and Rizzo both get 2 votes each, making up 50%, and then there's 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Aiko, 1 for me, and 1 for Anthony. So I guess we all are giving off the type of energy that we like. Anyways, who is most likely to say yes to anything? Well, 37.5% to me. Alright, whatever. 25% to Zyrit. Then we got 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Anthony, and 1 for Luna. I don't know what I gotta say. If you had 1 call to make and they need to pick up, who would you call? 4 votes for Anthony. That's a better look. That's a good look. And then we got 1 vote for me, 1 for Aiko, 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Ari. That's a better look for Anthony. Better than the whole mauling thing, but that's a really good one to be the top of. And I do think that's accurate. I do think that's accurate. Who's the funniest? 62.5%. 5 of the votes going to Zyrit, 3 going to Rizzo. I think this is very accurate too. I think it's always a really good time whenever I play with Zyrit, whenever I play with Rizzo, and it always feels good, really funny. Anyways, who's the scariest? Anthony, that's obvious. Spooky, cream cheese, scary boy, whatever. 50% of the votes go to Anthony, and then we got 2 votes for Ari, 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Aiko. It makes sense. Anytime Anthony uses his mic in a pre-game agent select lobby in Valorant, everybody goes quiet because he's a little scary, a little too spooky. Who do you think is the most down to earth? We got 3 votes for Lunaria, 37.5% of it. Then 2 go to me, 2 go to Scarjo, and then we got 1 for Rizzo. I don't know if I just got voted because I'm a frog, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Who has the best taste in music? 50% of the votes, 4 go to me. Then we got 2 for Aiko. Then we got 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Ari. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I feel like my music is like kind of a combination of everybody else's, though, you know? I feel like my library is just like snippets of everybody's. But yeah, I take those. Who most likely drinks the least amount of water? We got 50%, 4 of the votes going to Zyra. Then we got runner-ups 2 from Aiko, 2 from Anthony. I mean, it's probably because those are the 3 that drink so many energy drinks, and they have, you know, I mean, understandable. This one makes sense. Who is most likely to get addicted to gambling? We got 3 votes on Anthony, making up 37.5%, and then 2 votes for Aiko, 2 votes for Luna, and 1 for Scarjo. I don't really know where the basis of this is coming from, but it makes sense. Who has the best social skills? 50% to me, which is 4 votes, and we got 2 runner-up for Rizzo, 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Ari. I mean, I guess. Who do you talk to the most? This is a good look. 50% to Anthony, runner-up, 2 votes for Aiko, then 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Ari. I feel like there's a pattern where I feel like there's always 1 for Scarjo, 1 for Ari, and I feel like they just voted for each other. If you go like there, probably there, but whatever. Data. So I worked with the numbers and I broke some things down for us to look at because I thought it'd be fun. So starting off, the most first place votes, Anthony had the most first place votes, being selected 7 times for the number 1. These are categorized vertically, the profile pictures, the icons, the avatars. So Squetch and Zyrit in the middle, we were 2nd place tied at 4 times each, and then Luna and Rizzo tied 3rd place 3 times each. For the most runner-ups, Aiko had the most runner-ups. Aiko was there 10 times, I was there 8 times, and Scarjo was there 6 times, but everyone has been a runner-up at least 1 time. I thought that was pretty cool. Next, we have the most cumulative total votes. So this is all the total votes for these people tallied up. So Anthony had been voted 36 times, I was voted 26 times, and Aiko and Zyrit were both voted 20 times, but everyone had at least 10 votes each. Findings and conclusions. Well, Rizzo's really good at Valo. Luna would die in a horror movie at 8 minutes. How I found that? I looked it up on Google. When is the first death in horror movies typically? Then I looked up this article which talked about this, watching 40 Netflix films, and on average 19.5% of the movie's time would go until somebody dies, and the average running time was 1 hour 39 minutes approximately. So the first person was dead basically at 8 minutes. So then I found the person that made the article, then I copied his name, then I looked him up on Google, and I found that he was a reporter for the Washington Post. So then I went to the Universal Media Bias chart, and then I put in Washington Post, and then I found that they were pretty balanced bias and more fact reporting, which was really good. Then I went to see the inverse one, which is the website that I went to find the article on the horror movie thing, and then I found that they're pretty much the same except a little less fact reporting. Anyways, Luna, 8 minutes, dead. Next, Ari has no heart. Anthony needs to tweak his jokes. Ari and Squetch have Riz, I guess, or whatever. Zyra probably owes somebody $5 after decades. Anthony needs more Snickers because he's not him when he's hungry. Anthony, Aiko, Zyra need to stop saying I'm on the way when they haven't left the house yet. Rizzo, Luna are both rated M. Ari and Rizzo just might murder somebody. Squetch needs to learn to say, yeah, whatever. Call Anthony if you're bored. He picks up sometimes. Rizzo and Zyrit are really funny, haha. Anthony's really scary. He still might pick up. Luna likes Earth. Squetch gets the ox. Zyrit needs to drink more water before he gets kidney stones. Anthony should avoid going to casino at all costs. Squetch can, yeah, whatever. People like talking to Anthony sometimes, but frequently sometimes. Anyways, if you want to join, if you like the video, you can join my community at discord.gg/squetch, and I'm also streaming at twitch.tv/squetchum, so feel free to join. Special thank you to everybody that was a part of this and helped me get this together, so thank you so much, and yeah. Hello? I just...